At 6 in the morning. Yeah, I said 6. The kind of hour where your coffee's still just a theory and even the birds look annoyed. I watched Karen, our self-proclaimed HOA queen, tiptoe across the cul-de-sac in her bubblegum pink slippers, clutching what looked like a stack of official papers. She moved with the sneaky energy of a raccoon after a midnight trash can, but somehow less graceful. I'm not kidding. She slid a so-called city ticket right under my windshield wiper, looked around like she'd just defused a bomb, and scampered off before I could even process what the heck just happened. Now, I'd parked out on the street, right by my own lawn, because my driveway was blocked by a dumpster for my kitchen remodel, not because I'm trying to rebel against civilization. I come running out in pajamas, hair looking like a bird's nest, and I see this slip screaming at me. No parking, $175 fine, in the boldest, angriest red you've ever seen. My stomach did that thing where it tries to crawl under your ribs and hide. First thing I noticed? The logo looked like something you'd print off Google Images in a hurry. The date was crooked. The signature just said, K Smiles, like that's fooling anyone. And wouldn't you know it, Karen's last name is Smiles. Real subtle, right? I stomped over to her door and banged like I was the Amazon guy with a package of live bees. She opens up, all fake sweet smiles, and can I help you? I hold up the ticket. Rules are rules, she sings at me, almost like she's been rehearsing in the mirror. City bans street parking during projects. I go, that's not a city ticket. That's an arts and crafts project. She straight up laughs in my face, then shuts the door like I'm selling magazine subscriptions. Classic Karen. So I try to do things the right way. I email the HOA board. Silence. Not even a we'll look into it. I post about it in the neighborhood app. One neighbor messages me privately. We've already paid 3 of those. She says it's city law. Please don't use my name. Another warns me. She finds anyone who complains. It was like people were legit afraid of this lady with a clipboard and a Facebook group. I decide to hit up the next HOA meeting, see if anybody's got a backbone. Picture this. Karen sitting at the front, gavel in hand, like she's the mayor of Tiny Town. I stand up, ticket in hand, and ask, where in the bylaws is this rule? She taps that gavel so hard it echoes. Out of order. The city issues those. We just help process refunds. If you don't like order, you can move. The room goes dead quiet, except for a couple bobbleheads nodding in the back. I left feeling small, mad, and a little shaky, like I was the one out of line for not wanting to pay a fake fine. That night, I sat at my kitchen counter, staring at the ticket, thinking about all those scared messages. And suddenly I heard my grandma in my head. If a bully loves a rule, make that rule meet a bigger rule. All right, Grandma, let's see what we can do. First thing next morning, I called city parking. The lady on the line practically snorted. We don't ticket inside HOAs, she said. And our fines end in $180, not $175. She even emailed me a sample city ticket. It had a barcode, a watermark, a serial number that matched a public database. Mine looked like a lost hamster flyer from middle school. So I got organized. I asked my neighbors to send me every ticket they kept. 18 tickets in 6 weeks. Same typeface, same typo. Vehicle instead of vehicle. Same bogus city seal with a star missing a point. I lined them all up on my dining table and took time-stamped photos, feeling like I was about to crack open a cold case. I pulled out our bylaws, too. Not only was there no rule against street parking, there was actually a line saying the HOA had no power to enforce city parking laws at all. Still, facts alone weren't going to win this fight. I needed a real flip, a moment so obvious even the bobbleheads couldn't ignore it. So here's what I did. I set my phone on the dash, camera rolling. Parked right back on the street, right by my own grass, bright sticky note on the windshield, smile for the camera. For flavor, I propped up a real city sample ticket on my passenger seat, just to make the contrast pop. Then I waited by my window, coffee in hand, grinning like I just rigged the lottery. Sure enough, at 5:57 a.m., I checked. Karen showed up, slippers squeaking, robe flapping, a stack of papers in her hand like she was about to issue a state of emergency. She looked left, right, then slipped another city ticket under my wiper, even took a selfie with it, dead serious. I got every second in glorious high def. When she finally noticed me waving from the porch, she froze, then took off like a cartoon crab. Sideways, fast, almost impressive. I posted the dashcam clip to the neighborhood group with the caption, "Who gave our HOA the power to print city tickets in Comic Sans?" Within an hour, the comments blew up. Laughing emojis, shocked faces, people tagging each other like it was a neighborhood roast. And then, the best part, other neighbors started sharing their videos. Karen slipping tickets at dawn, Karen in broad daylight, even Karen arguing with the mailman about regulation mailbox paint. People started filming her like she was a rare bird sighting. My phone turned into a highlight reel. But I wasn't done. I printed a giant sign for my lawn, "No parking zone," according to Karen law. Underneath, in huge letters, I posted the Real City hotline to report fake tickets. I also emailed every single piece of evidence to the city attorney. Copies of the tickets, the dashcam clip, the HOA bylaw page, a spreadsheet of everyone who'd paid up. And I finished with one line, "Is this legal?" Saturday rolls around. Our neighborhood gazebo, usually reserved for birthday parties and lost pet posters, is packed. Karen's holding her second Saturday civility chat, clipboard and all, doing her best school principal impression. Phones are out everywhere. Suddenly, a city inspector and a police officer show up, looking all official. The officer holds up one of the tickets and asks, "Ma'am, did you make this?" Karen goes the color of overcooked shrimp. "We're assisting the city," she manages. The inspector shakes his head. "No, you're not. This is forgery. Collecting money on it is fraud." Somebody actually gasped. Somebody else, I won't say who, laughed out loud. The officer asked Karen to step aside for a conversation. She tried to argue, but he just started reciting statutes I'd never even heard of. No cuffs, but the message was loud and clear. The rest of the board sat there looking like broken toy soldiers. Next week, court day. Half the neighborhood came, standing room only. Karen's lawyer looked like he wanted to be literally anywhere else. The judge flipped through the fake tickets, eyebrows creeping higher. He asked me to play the dash video for the whole room. Karen, in all her pink slipper glory, popped onto the screen, and the courtroom just lost it. Chuckles everywhere. Even the bailiff cracked a smile. And then the judge dropped the hammer. Immediate refunds for every single person who'd paid a ticket, plus a penalty to the HOA for deceptive practices. Karen was booted as president, effective immediately, pending a community vote. The judge even banned the HOA from ever issuing anything that looked remotely official. Best part? He ordered the board to post a public apology in writing. Giant print, can't miss it. Walking out, it felt like a block party. Neighbors clapped. Somebody handed me a cupcake with blue frosting, and Karen Law appealed, piped on top. Kids were replaying the pink slipper video on loop, roaring with laughter. Karen herself zipped past, sunglasses on, lips pressed tight, not saying a word. Later, a local blog ran her selfie under the headline, "HOA hero or hall monitor from hell?" Comments went wild. Now the street's quiet again, like actually quiet. We park where we want. Nobody's got anxiety sweats over a windshield slip. Real city tickets, if they ever show up, look like Fort Knox, barcodes, watermarks, the works. The new board's humble, at least for now. Karen? She's laying low, spends most days indoors. When she does walk her dog, she won't even make eye contact, just stares at her shoes, pink slippers swapped for nondescript sneakers. And you know what? The money's nice, sure, but the real win is hearing neighbors say, "We're not scared anymore. We wave now. We share tools, swap stories, fix fences together." It's like we built this invisible wall against nonsense, and for once it actually holds. So, what do you think? Did she get what she deserved, or was it too much? Ever dealt with an HOA power trip in your neighborhood? Drop your story in the comments. I want to hear every wild detail. And if you're cheering for the little guy, hit that like, share your opinion, and let's see where people stand on justice, right and wrong, and neighborhood karma.